Hey, cups of tea, welcome. Evening, Mia. Hey, baby, walk. Yo. Yo, yo, yo. Salam, Queen of Somalia. Welcome. Kia ora. Hey, 8-bit supercomputer. I got demoted for asking for an accommodation for medical disability. Oh. What, from work? At work? Morning, Goodreads. Yeah, Goodreads. Where have you been? Holy moly, it has been a while. What's happening? Yes, they cut my hours and pay in half and eliminated all benefits. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Yeah, in the USA. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. In Chicago? Oh man, what the fuck? That sucks. Hey Cass. I'm so stressed I can't sleep. Yeah, don't blame you. That's terrifying. Sorry, brother. The burnout of my return to capitalism is real. Been busting my ass at work and with what organizing I have time for. Of course, I understand. It's good to see you, Goodreads. No stress at all. All right. Let's go, guys. Let's get into some news. How is everybody doing?
Many of those missiles have actually hit these bases, and that the number who have been injured and wounded in this conflict is much higher than
Calamity.
what the Pentagon is reporting to us. Right now, they're saying that that number of wounded is 427. And the reason all of this is important, as we all...
I'm getting rained on walking my dog in the morning. Jeez. I live alone and I'm 50. I am supposed to have surgery soon. Oh my gosh, cups of tea.
know is that we're supposed to be in a ceasefire right now. The memorandum of understanding was signed a month ago, which was supposed to bring us to the 60-day ceasefire as both sides were trying to hammer out an agreement on Iran's nuclear program. But instead, what we're seeing is American lives lost. And Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has said that all of this, their sacrifices, has only stiffened our resolve, Alicia.
Right. And Tom, in addition to everything that Priya just laid out there, the question that looms, why? Why are we there? What is this all for? In your piece in The Atlantic, you argue that Trump owes Americans a better explanation for why their sons, why their daughters are dying overseas, because so far we've heard all kinds of rationales from the president. I want you to take a listen to this.
SJP.
It begins with February 28th, and it ends with this.
Changed your name. It's just SJ now.
Our objective is to defend the
SJ.
American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime.
We're going to Iran to, do the thing we said we'd do, but then we messed it up and now we're in bigger trouble.
They don't know what the they're doing.
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
Hey, Lisa, welcome. If there's anyone out there that knows a decent disability law attorney, I'd appreciate any recommendations. You heard cups of tea. Trump sounds horrible. Well, not as horrible as this.
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
You got skunked? Like just now, Goodreads? Oh my gosh, you got skunked just now? What?
Objectives are clear. First, we're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis. If we didn't hit within 2 weeks, they would have had a nuclear weapon. It's a whole different
You can't go to work now? Woohoo! Let's go.
group of people.
Solid.
So I would consider that regime change, and frankly, they've been very reasonable. So I think we've had regime change.
Hi, Akima. Welcome.
Not our goal. We never said regime change. The main parts of the deal is they can't have a nuclear weapon.
You all right, though?
The strait will open immediately. What we're doing now is we're ending any chance where they can have a nuclear missile. If you look at it, after a week and a half, not 4 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks, we stopped them from probably, but I don't want to have the word probably.
Listen, Tom, I try to be judicious about how much sound I play of the president, but I think it is important to watch the evolution in messaging there. The families of the 17 U.S. service members who have been killed so far in this war.
Hey,
what is
Sophia.
owed to them and to every American who wants to know why this happened and why we are there?
Certainly something more than a bushel of Mad Libs that the president seems to reach into whenever he has to answer a question about why he's putting American lives on the line. He has now settled on, at least for this week, that American service people are dying to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. He's leaning on
Bloodhound.
that one. That whole business about, if we didn't strike in 2 weeks, there would be mushroom clouds is just a crock of nonsense.
Of course, it's a crock of nonsense. Welcome, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to the evening stream. I am doing I'm doing 2 shifts at the moment to spread the news far and wide. 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. This is our 2-hour evening session. Welcome. Welcome in. Hey, Gingy. Oh, my bubblicious. Our dog is so sick. Oh, my gosh. Our dog is so sick at the moment. Hey, Sophia. Yeah, it's nice to have 2 shorter lives than 1 big one. I feel like we can get through a fair bit more. But welcome. There's a couple of things I want to go through after on top of going through this news. Did the dog eat Taco Bell? No. He's just got a stomach bug, but we don't know what's going on. He went to the vet today. They'd be born as within 2 weeks if we didn't strike 6 months ago. Yeah.
And
what's wrong with the dog? He's got like a stomach bug. Even if he drinks water, like yesterday, day before yesterday, he was throwing up. So Amber took him to the vet today, and yeah, they gave him some IV fluids. They gave him a couple of injections here and there. He can't eat food because his tummy's just so bad. So he just needs to rest and sleep now. And we've just got to watch him for a couple of days. But yesterday, day before yesterday, he was just throwing up everywhere. Poor guy. He was not in a good place. I have the stinkiest dog in the world right now. Yeah. Goodreads, who is on Twitch, was walking their dog, and they got skunked. Hey, Doug, welcome. Hey, Gracie.
Really is trying to shut off questions. He's trying to shut off debate because nuclear weapons are supposed to be the thing where everybody just nods and says, well, if it's a nuclear weapon, what more could we do? I mean, we can't question the president about that.
So there's a couple of things happening around the world today. Obviously, Iran, we know that's been ongoing. Gaza is still being bombed today. 3 children have been killed in an Israeli airstrike. Horrendous. I saw the smallest body bag today. Insane. Just tragic all round. We're also going to talk about the Houthis and them closing the Red Sea. and we're gonna get an update on what's happening in India with the student protests. They're going on again today. Farmers have joined them as well. Yep, it's all kicking off everywhere.
But as you've just shown, he has dialed through various rationales. And here's the bottom line about why he's doing that. Because on the first night of this war, he expected this regime to fall.
I'm so glad you got Appy working.
That was his only plan. That was his only objective. He didn't have any backup plan for what would happen if we weren't greeted as liberators and there were rose petals in the streets and statues of Donald Trump being built in Tehran. He was egged on by Netanyahu, by Hegseth. There were people in his circle who tried to warn him this was not going to happen, and he didn't listen. So now he's stuck, and now he's trying to undo all of the problems that he himself created by going into this war.
Oh, the support tickets are working now.
Up in the strait, trying to protect American service people in the Gulf, trying to protect our friends and allies.
Hey, just before we continue with this, just want to let you guys know we are putting in a lot of effort now into the community. I want you guys to join. I want you guys to join the Discord community. If you're already in there, I want you to engage. There's a couple of things that are happening that I want to talk through, and these are extremely important. I have brought these up before, but I'm gonna just quickly speak about this. Just a couple of minutes here. First one is this. Okay, first one is this. We know we're doing the Epstein file stuff. We have this platform for the Epstein files now, 1.4 million files in this platform. Jump on Discord and get access to it. We have a couple of mods who can help you. So we've got Scary Poppins, we've got Shiny Mikachu, we've got My Clothes Brush, Drea. We've got a whole bunch of people that can help you. Hey, Amandine, welcome. So get on Discord. The admins will share the link in the chat, and you can get access to that. Help us sift through the files. Help us get as much insights out of those files as possible. There are all sorts of tools here. This is our community tool, by the way. This is our community tool. So all the 1.4 million-ish PDF files that have been released so far have all been uploaded into this platform. 1.4 million files, okay? So nothing's missing. It's all searchable and it's all viewable. There are some very, very interesting tools as well. You can save bits of evidence. You can attach evidence to different people. And you can investigate further with our Lasso Sessions tool. So if you found something that you wanted to dig into a little bit more, you can use the Lasso Sessions tool to dig in a little bit more. It gives you all sorts of functionality to bring in a whole bunch of documents and images and start to, paint that picture yourself, start to connect the dots. So join our Discord. We need as many people as we can get to sift through these files and find insights. But also, hey, Mohammed, welcome. Also, we're working on another project, which I am going to be heading. So the Epstein files are going to be led by a few of our administrators. We've got My Clothes Brush, we've got Shiny Mikachu, and we've got Scary Poppins. They're going to be leading it with other mods as well. And I'm going to be leading a project to hold corporations to account, and I'm doing that on the side of this. I wanted to start doing this. I raised a little bit. I'll show you guys. I think all of you have seen it, but let me just cover it one more time. On my LinkedIn, I have posted about. I have posted about my brother's company's complicity. My brother is a CEO of Air New Zealand, one of the largest, well, they call it the second most important role in Aotearoa, New Zealand. And Air New Zealand is currently building stronger ties with the Modi government. And when that happened, or at least my brother's helping New Zealand build stronger ties with the Modi government. And when that happened, I couldn't stay silent anymore. So I have spoken about this. I don't know if you saw my post about this, but this is my post around this subject. I'm deeply embarrassed that my brother, Nikhil Ravishankar, the CEO of Air New Zealand, is helping build commercial relationships with Narendra Modi's government while remaining publicly silent on Israel's genocide in Gaza. This is not simply my personal description. A UN Commission of Inquiry has concluded that Israel's authorities are committing genocide in Gaza, and Israeli authorities are committing genocide in Gaza, and more human rights organizations have reached the same conclusion. Modi's government has maintained close strategic, military, and commercial ties with Israel throughout that genocide. My brother is entitled to remain silent. I am entitled to say his silence alongside his public relationship building with Modi's government causes me profound shame. Being related to the CEO does not disqualify me from scrutinizing Air New Zealand. It makes the scrutiny more difficult, not less necessary. Family connection does not erase public accountability. Okay? So I've made this statement, and this statement has gone pretty wide now. And I've had all sorts of mixed feedback. I've had people attacking me. I've had people saying, well done. It takes a lot of courage, all of this stuff. But I just want to tell you guys something. Based on the fact that Air New Zealand still hasn't replied to me, I also posted this about Air New Zealand. Air New Zealand hasn't learned its lesson. In 2021, Air New Zealand was forced to apologize after it was revealed that its engineering division had serviced engines for the Royal Saudi Navy during the Saudi-led war in Yemen. Now the airlines is helping strengthen commercial relationships with Narendra Modi's government. This matters because Modi's government has deepened its strategic partnership with Israel throughout the Gaza war. India has exposed defense cooperation, maintained military trade, and developed closer political ties with Benjamin Netanyahu's government, while Israel faced widespread allegations of genocide and serious violations of international humanitarian law. My question isn't whether businesses should trade internationally. My question is this: where does Air New Zealand draw the ethical line? If it was acceptable to work with the Saudi military during Yemen and is now acceptable to publicly strengthen relationships around a government that has deepened military and strategic ties with Israel during the destruction of Gaza, what human rights standards is actually being applied? A national carrier should be accountable not only to its profits, but for its values it chooses to legitimize. Okay, so I haven't had any reply on where does Air New Zealand draw the ethical line. I have asked about 4 or 5 times now what their I have asked 4 or 5 times now about what their laws are. What their internal processes are when it comes to human rights. So Air New Zealand, while you continue to strengthen commercial relationships with Narendra Modi's government, the world is witnessing serious human rights concerns in India, including the use of force against student protesters. So that's happening right now. And like it's been 4 or 5 times that I've tagged Air New Zealand, but there's no accountability, right? They just won't answer anything. They won't answer anything in public, or they know that they don't have a process internally and they're not saying anything. But this has revealed one thing that we don't do in our communities. We don't do this. We don't hold these companies to account to what they say that they do. Okay? When I look at Air New Zealand, they have so many annual report releases. They have so many little bits of virtue signaling that they do. Things like on climate, on human rights, and all of these things. Like, who's holding these people to account? Would it make a difference if you tag my brother directly? Yeah, but he blocked me. Trust me, Cups of Tea. I'm not an idiot. Okay, you don't need to like. Fuck. Anyway, let's keep moving. What a terrible fucking question. Honestly, in the middle of it, just ask a dumbass question. Anyway, Cups of Tea, don't make me angry, okay? Anyway, this is where we are. This is where we are, guys. And I don't think there's any mechanism at the moment to hold these companies to account. There isn't any mechanism at the moment to hold any of these companies to account to what they say and do. And I think it needs to be very clear that you can't just let these companies get away with it. We can't let these companies get away with it. So there is another project coming to the community where we are going to start building a Wikipedia for businesses, and it is going to be about accountability. It's going to be about what they've said in the public, and are they courageous enough to be held to account for what they've said in the public and what they've released and what they virtue signal about. So that's another project coming into our community. So please get into our community. Go join Discord. Let's get this thing done, because we have to mobilize now. We have to mobilize. We have to get into communities. We need to build solidarity. We need to start getting outcomes, okay? So we have a smallish community. I mean, there's about 1,100 people on Discord, but we can do a lot more. We need all hands on deck. So join our Discord group. Do court boards even have ethics officer with enough pull? It doesn't matter. Air New Zealand, for example, is half owned by the New Zealand government. 51% owned by the New Zealand government. So they are answerable to the people, because we are all shareholders. So yeah, Air New Zealand has a unique obligation that way. But other companies, have obligations too. Like BCG, Boston Consulting Group, helped America build the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which was basically Hunger Games in Gaza. Like, BCG shouldn't be building that. Microsoft recently made a statement about, pulling their office out of Israel because of the grave human rights violations. Yeah, it might seem like a small thing, but companies need to spend their resources in order to do these investigations. Every time we raise a question like this, companies have to spend their resources to answer these questions. So we have to ask the questions. We have to answer these questions. We cannot let these companies just get away with this stupidity, with funding genocide. Like, you can't just keep partnering with people who have questionable human rights records. It's crazy. And then on the other side say that we are all about inclusivity and human rights and all of that crap. We're for climate change protection, while supporting a country that's sending so many bombs to Israel that Israel is creating a climate crisis by using like 8 Hiroshima bombs worth of explosives in such a small area. So all of these questions need to be answered. And that's what we're going to do. And it's all going to be publicly available to view. Whatever they say to us, any reply, Any reply to us will be publicly seen. Any press releases that they've done previously about these subjects will be neatly structured for everyone to see. It'll be available for everyone to access. BDS can access it. Any organization, legal organization can access it. It will be a community-driven project to bring transparency to corporation, to the behavior of corporations. Okay, so that's another thing I am working on at the moment, but I want to go live with the first version of this in the next week or so. It's getting closer to implementation complete. So we're chipping away, guys. If you're not in the community, jump in, because we need help. We need all hands on deck. We need as much help as we can get. Okay? All right. Get in. This is the time. We have to help. We have to do whatever we can. To bring light to these atrocities being committed, however possible. It is our obligation.
In the Gulf, but these are all problems of his own creation, and that didn't exist before the night he started.
Like, guys, before asking a question, like, cups of tea, what do you like? What was the point? You know. Like, I'm going through so much, and then you'll just ask this, like, anyway.
Started this ill-advised.
Hey, Arya, welcome.
Secretary Kendall, Americans are waking up today to headlines that say that there is the possibility of an expanded war, of a broader war. Can you give us a sense of what that could look like?
What seems to be going on, Alicia, is that the president's trying to escalate to put coercive pressure on Iran, and there's no sign at all that that's working. What Iran is doing is broadening the war by causing attacks into Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan. The straits that Saudi Arabia depends upon to move oil outside the Straits of Hormuz to the west are under threat from the Houthis now. So this is going in exactly the wrong direction from where it should be going. You can't overstate the scale of the strategic blunder by President Trump that this was. On his own, without consulting the American people, without going to the Congress, he initiated this conflict on the frankly very naive idea that there'd be an immediate regime change, and some of the images that Tom talked about would come true. I don't know where he ever got that idea, but here we are. And I don't see a clear way out of this. It's putting a lot of stress on our military. There are additional deployments now, both fighters and tankers moving into the region, which suggests additional escalation. He's pretty much out of options other than to try to put more pressure on Iran through military force. And that's what I think appears to be happening.
Priya, I want to go back to that
Hey,
New
Elizabeth,
York Times
welcome.
reporting that I believe you referenced earlier. This is just a bit of it. In the week leading up to the Iranian attack on Friday that killed 2 U.S. soldiers, Iran carried out 3 other strikes against U.S. forces in the country. Those attacks injured dozens of U.S. service members and damaged several helicopters. That's according to several U.S. officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity. But the Pentagon did not disclose the earlier strikes nor the casualties and damage they inflicted. Priya, as I said earlier, the Pentagon has not offered a briefing on this war since May 5th. How difficult does that make it for folks like you to do your job and let the American people know what is actually happening when it comes to this war?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you know, the Pentagon created this new press policy, which forced any reporter who wanted to be credentialed to go inside of that building to essentially have their reporting looked at by a Pentagon official. So, of course, any legitimate news source, including ours, refused to sign that. So not only do we not have access to the building to be able to walk around and ask questions about the military strikes that are going on, ask questions about the number of service members who are missing or wounded in action, but they're also not holding any sort of briefings to allow us to be able to ask questions. And in addition to that, there has been a very limited number of opportunities, essentially one, for any reporter to embed in the region to see for themselves what's going on. So really, we're having to take the administration and the Pentagon at their word for what's occurring over there. And as the New York Times pointed out, and as we've seen, the number of wounded just about a week ago was was 414 on the official website that the Department of Defense puts out to let us see those wounded numbers. It went up to 427. That's only a 13 person, count going up. It just doesn't make any sense. And so I think a lot of us have questions about really what's occurring. And I think the American
the amount of people who've been killed, like American military as well, I don't know if the numbers these guys are giving out is correct, Iran has made direct hits on U.S. bases across the region. I do not believe that, these hits didn't cause more damage. I've seen the videos. I've seen what happened in Jordan. They're massive. They are extremely violent, and I don't think these people are being particularly honest about what's going on.
Taxpayers and the general American public has a right to know what's occurring overseas, especially given the fact that the death toll is rising.
The most transparent administration in history, self-proclaimed. Priya Sridhar,
I've heard it's over 1,000. From where, Gracie?
Told that we have to let you go do what you do best and report. Thank you so much for being with us. Tom, I'm not sure if you saw this, but Trump's preferred network, Fox News, even they are expressing confusion about how this war is dragging on. I want you to take a listen to Maria Bartiromo.
I don't understand how it's possible that Iran has the capabilities to fight this way and continue to try to lash out at Gulf countries and U.S. military bases, because the U.S. has obliterated Iran's military, and the president continues to reiterate that.
Tom, you can feel the frustration swelling because the dots don't connect.
She's so close to getting it. That, maybe the president hasn't told her the truth, and that maybe we shouldn't have used words like obliterated in the first weeks of the war. The president has this kind of childlike pattern where he tries to, we've talked about this many times on this program and others. He tries to wish things into being. He says their missile capability has been obliterated, meaning I want that to be true. But that's not how the real world works. And in fact, some of those missiles that he claimed were obliterated, he then said hadn't been obliterated, but that Iran needed to have some because it's only fair because other people have them. Well, now those missiles are killing American service people. And so the president...
Even Fox woke up. This is not Fox.
Is now backpedaling again. And the problem for his...
Oh, you mean the Fox News? Maria Bartiromo, you mean? Okay, yeah.
For the faithful at Fox,
yes.
And for the people watching, is... He doesn't expect you to really believe anything he's saying. He just expects your support and your loyalty. And he says whatever he has to say to get through the next few minutes. But of course, he's making fools out of everybody that has tried to defend him because it's obvious that he has not been telling the truth for weeks, even if he knows the truth, because that's the other, just one other thing to be concerned about here. Are they telling him the truth, or are they just showing him, B-reels of things blowing up? I mean, how much does the commander-in-chief really understand about what's going on in one of the biggest wars America has launched since Vietnam, since Iraq?
I see, Gracie.
And I don't think...
A lot of the chuds already think Fox News has been taken over by liberals because they were somewhat critical of Trump for a short period after January 6th. They will only watch Newsmax. Pretty soon, they're all just going to be watching Asmongold.
There's a clear answer to that. He does not come across as apparently understood.
Like, that's it. That's all they're going to watch. Because Trump's going to be so bad that no one else covers anything. It's just Asmongold.
Understanding anything that's going on. And that's, I think the parents and the friends and the families of American service people deserve something better than just a bunch of bumper stickers and hand waves.
He's unqualified. Yeah. IRGC reports massive fires on 2 oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz.
The IRGC says 2 vessels
I can smell the
after explosions in the Strait of Hormuz. In a statement, the Revolutionary Guard say 2 offending oil tankers, which were trying to pass through the dangerous southern route of the Strait of Hormuz after being deceived by the child-killing American army, caught fire and were stopped due to an explosion. Rescue units are currently removing
What you're smelling is my dog.
the crews of these vessels from...
So hold on. How do you get rid of that skunk smell? Wet dog plus skunk? Oh, gosh. Do you have a big dog?
the area. Bristol, can you just talk us through more of the details of these latest strikes from the US on Iran and the claim that we heard there from
tomato
the IRGC
sauce
of these 2 ships on fire in the Strait of Hormuz?
Oh, husky. Wow.
Indeed. So the 10th
big dog.
day that now the United States has been attacking the targets in Iran. And in the last 2 days, particularly when we see the pattern of these attacks, we're seeing that the focus is on the port cities of Iran. And so Bandar Abbas was hit. It's a port. It's the largest port that the country has.
And on TikTok is saying use odor control shampoo.
Kashmir Island is the largest Iranian island, indeed the largest island in the entire Gulf. And again, that is on the list.
Oh, thank you, Anne.
And then Port of Sirik is hit once again. It is a port city. And then...
He just looks... I have been food poisoned a couple of times just eating bad chicken. I had some bad chicken a while ago. And I remember how bad I felt. I remember how I literally just had to be in bed. And yeah, it felt so crap, man. I think that's how our Ginger's feeling. He's eaten something and he's got a bad tummy bug. Poor guy. He's just not himself.
And that Lenge in Hormuzgan, that is also a port. And then Bushehr has a port, and that was also hit. Chabahar, all the way down to the Indian Ocean, very much close to the Pakistani border. The deep sea, Iran's only deep sea port, that was also hit. And Konarak port in Sistan, Balochistan, one again was hit. Here we have 2 new targets. So for the first time since the renewed conflicts, we see in that Fars province in Shiraz, one of the largest cities of Iran, has been attacked, and also in Elam province, so Abdanan. The officials are saying that the mountainous areas in Abdanan were targeted. So what we made rice for him. We usually give him raw meat, but yeah, because of this, Amber prepared some rice for him. Rice and just really plain. He's not even eating that, because even if he drinks water, he's throwing it up. Seeing here, on one hand, indeed, the United States is attacking on the IRGC's post, but also systemically degrading Iranian economic, commercial sites as well. And then, as a response, the IRGC is saying that they have hit 2 ships that were going through unauthorized roads. So when IRGC says...
He saw a vet today, yes.
Unauthorized roads, so what we should understand is that...
The vet says it's a tummy issue. Just, they gave him some drips and a couple of injections. He's got his meds. He's all good.
At IRGC saying that we have...
They're like, watch him for a couple of days, and if it doesn't get any better, then we may have to look at something else, something else could be wrong. But we'll see, because he's just lying down today. He hasn't thrown up after he came back from the doctors. He got anti-nausea meds and stuff, so hopefully. Yeah, he's just lying down. Hopefully tomorrow morning he feels a little bit better after a good sleep.
Have designated some of the lanes, and any ship that is attempting to pass through that the Strait of Hormuz needs to go through that designated lines and with a full coordination with IRGC. So it seems that these ships were not in coordination with IRGC, and they were following the Omani territorial waters. That's why they have been attacked by IRGC.
Okay, at the same time all of this is happening, can you just give us an idea of where diplomatic efforts are right now? Because the Iranian foreign minister is in Pakistan, one of the key mediators here.
Indeed. So Iskandar Moumeni, now he's in Pakistan, and he's meeting his Pakistani counterpart, Mohsin Naqvi. Mohsin Naqvi is quite an important one. Despite being the interior minister of Pakistan, he was a key mediator.
Yeah, we got some medicine for him at home as well. There's like a medicine you just kind of put in his mouth, which dissolves. Where we've got that one. I think that's the one you're talking about.
Between Washington and Tehran, and he's very much close to the field marshal, the strongman of Pakistan. So the Iranian side is saying that this visit is mostly focusing on bilateral relations and the trade between the two countries. However,
oh my gosh, Donald Trump expects Burnham to let US use British bases for Iran strikes. Oh my gosh. Andy Burnham. Gosh.
Iranian Interior Minister Iskandar Moumeni is expected to meet the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, and also the Field Marshal and the Chief of Staff, Asim Munir, as well. That's why there are the expectations that the talks are going to go beyond the bilateral relations. Indeed, the Mohsin Naqvi, the Pakistani Interior Minister, said that we hope that the talks will be also covering the regional issues. So Ismail Bakai, yesterday, the spokesperson of the Iranian Foreign Minister, he confirmed that mediators have conveyed some of the proposals and there are messages being exchanged between the parties. But as of now...
Wasn't that always the case? I don't think Trump was allowed to use that base for Iran. I don't know. I think there was some denial about using that base. We'll see what Burnham does. Burnham has hired some of the same people. He fired Lammy. Thank goodness. Thank goodness that Lammy's gone. But he's kept Shabana Mahmood. He's kept that defense minister dude in a different position. The guy who quit.
That is all we have.
Hey, Hussein.
Thank you so much for talking us through all of that, Rasul Sardar in Tehran.
Okay, and if you haven't heard, the Houthis have called for the blockade of the Bab el-Mandab Strait. I hear Burnham and think, Bo, it's distracting me. They were using some British base already. I think, I saw some B-2 bombers. I saw some B-2 bombers using British bases. But I think there were some restrictions, although I'm not sure exactly what the restrictions were. Houthi maritime blockade threatens Saudi oil exports. This is an important one. Hey, Steve.
Saudi Arabia has pledged to take the necessary measures to protect its ships. That's after Yemen's Ansarullah group, also known as the Houthis, declared a blockade on Saudi Arabia. They say the embargo will be imposed in the Red Sea. And they say it's in response to what they described as a years-long Saudi blockade of Houthi-controlled areas. The Houthis say the measure will target Saudi shipping through the Bab el-Mandab Strait, which links the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden.
في الخروج المليوني العظيم في جمعة التحذير والنفير.
The Yemeni Armed Forces announces a ban on maritime navigation for the Saudi enemy. According to the rules of a blockade, the siege will be implemented as soon as we have issued this statement. Our people have the right to respond to a blockade with a blockade and escalation with escalation.
Well, let's bring in Michael Stevens. He's a senior associate fellow at the Royal United Services Institute for Defence and Security Studies. Joins us from the British capital, London. Good to have you with us. So, in addition to the message the Houthis say they want to send to the Saudis about the Saudi blockade, is this step also seen as a...
You should rest, brother. You seem very tired. Oh, man. There's just so much going on. Amber has also gone on a work trip. She's gone overseas on a work trip for a few days. So at the moment, I am looking after. That's why I'm a little bit late as well, because I had to put our son to bed. I put my son to bed. Our dog is chilling. Yeah.
Message from Iran.
Yes, absolutely. It is seen as a message from Iran. And I think, the important thing to note here was the context of an Iranian plane obviously being prevented from landing in Yemen about a week ago. Supposedly the Yemeni government, or the official Yemeni government, was responsible for sort of cratering runways. It looks to me like that was the Saudis, and the Houthis and the Saudis, unfortunately, have not been able to make their...
Chasm, I know I'm a couple of days late, but I'm sorry your brother turned out to be a genocide. I don't want to say that because I might get banned from TikTok. I'm glad at least one of you was born with a backbone. He has a backbone. He's afraid to use it.
Their ceasefire hold, and it's gone south pretty quickly, and obviously led to this blockade being announced. But of course, it's
when you worked your whole life to achieve like the goal, basically that you've been, dreaming of. You'll do everything in your power to try and maintain status quo, and that's what he's doing. Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you. That's what he's doing. He's protecting that, years of whatever he had to do to get to the position he's in. But just because he's my brother doesn't mean that his actions don't demand scrutiny, especially in a time like this. When people's lives, like validating a fascist government right now while they're sending bombs to a genocide is just crazy to me. And that, obviously piques the curiosity of like, what else are they doing within their company that's going against human rights law? So yeah, to me, it's just opening a box that was closed off before. This is not off limits. It shouldn't be. Just because he's my brother, this is not off limits. Genocide's genocide. We have to stand against it, no matter who it is. I feel like brown people have every advantage taken from them, so I do feel bad for the position that he was put in to have to decide between your life or the lives of others. It's not my life, though. His decisions are affecting tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, millions of people around the world. He should be aware. Hey, Valkurunka, welcome.
It has to be seen within the context of everything that's going on the other side of the Arabian Peninsula and the war that is now restarted in the Gulf between Iran and the US. And it's very clear.
Bro, he's a millionaire. He has no concerns. He is a millionaire. He has zero concerns. He's one of the highest paid people in New Zealand. Like, what concern are we talking about here? Ultimately, he's a CEO of a very large company. Why are we treating him differently just because he's my brother or whatever? Why would I treat him separately? Like, I mean, we have a terrible relationship, but I've been sending him images of dead children, videos of dead children for 3 years now. He knows exactly what's happening on the ground in Gaza. He knows.
To my mind, at least, that Iran and the Houthis have some kind of alignment here. Whether it's perfect or not is to be seen. The Houthis do have some autonomy, but it's a pretty big escalation. And if I was in Washington, I'd be a bit worried.
What do you expect Washington, do you think they might try to...
Why would my brother respond as well, Cups of Tea? Why would they respond? Just think about that for a second. It's so wild. I tagged the company that my brother is a CEO in, and I said he is the CEO. Like, even if he hadn't blocked me and I didn't tag him, like, it would be ridiculous to assume that he wouldn't have seen it. Of course he saw it. Of course he knows that I've put that message out. Like, just think about that. He's the CEO of Air New Zealand. He's the CEO of Air New Zealand. His role, his salary, everything is public. Do you seriously think tagging him is going to make any difference to this situation? Like, just think about that for a second.
Given that they've tried bombing the Houthis before.
Like, this is not your corner store, you know? He doesn't own a fucking corner store. He's the CEO of the largest airline company in the country. Like, this is the second most prestigious job in the country behind the Prime Minister. Just think for a second. Didn't he get that job last year? 8 months ago. But he's been at the company as the chief digital officer, chief technology officer for much longer than that. No, I got your point. I got your point. I know what you said. And I understand it. You didn't think through your question.
They're still trying to bomb open, if I can use that expression, the Strait of Hormuz. Is there any sign that this kind of aggressive bombing campaigns actually help open up straits, whether it's Strait of Hormuz or Bab el-Mandab?
Well, what?
My son will show me that he's like your brother. I think he will never see me again. Who cares? I know, Calamity, that it hurts. I know it hurts. But if your son was, say, Jeffrey Dahmer, it would hurt, but you would understand. Like, these people aren't speaking up during genocide. They're not speaking up. They have platforms. They have positions of power. They have so much influence in the world. They're literally making deals with leaders of other countries, and they're saying nothing. They're investing in properties. They're happy with their salary. They are just taking and taking. They're not giving anything back. In a time of genocide, it does not matter who this person is. If they can't acknowledge that what their responsibility is during this time, then it is not for you to manage how they behave. My point is, we are trying to stop genocide. Okay, that is what we are trying to do as a public. We're trying to bring attention to something that is like losing attention every day. And I've known I've known that my brother, as the CEO of this like company, has not spoken at all about this in public. So I'm shaking the one tree with Air New Zealand that I know I can shake. I know I can shake this tree. But shaking this tree has revealed a wider problem. If I hadn't, if I didn't shake this tree, I wouldn't have realized that there was a wider problem. So shake the fucking trees. Shake all the trees. Shake them.
What it certainly doesn't do is defeat the Houthis. The Houthis have been in some form of conflict for 20 years now.
I don't talk to my father, my aunt and uncle, and my closest friend. They all don't care and they're racist. So yeah, I don't need that in my life. Man, honestly, like the amount of friends that I've just like, I can disagree with people on things like I wrote this on LinkedIn yesterday, actually. I was like, I can disagree with people on things like, with friends and family on things like pizza toppings, right? Like, I'm fine with that. But genocide? What the fuck? Like, this is not a debate. It's genocide. I don't need to tell people to be active during genocide. I shouldn't be telling people. Like, they should have the humanity in themselves to do it. So my critique, yeah, I mean, I can critique my brother directly, but that's not the point here. It's the company as well. Like, companies have human rights policies. Companies have human rights policies that should be questioned.
And you may well recall, of course, the Saudis began a war against the Houthis in 2015. And actually, the Houthi movement is stronger now, 11 years later, than it was then. And it seems to me, or at least to those people that look at the Houthis closely, that the more you attack them, the more resilient they become. And there's definitely some, I think, political structures inside the Houthi movement that actually rely on the war economy and continued war for their own existence. And so
trust me, if I wanted to bring attention, if I wanted to bring more attention than the way I've done it, there's so many more things I could say about him that I know about. But what's the point about personally attacking this guy? You know, like, I can't win this, or I can't have an outcome I want if I attack this guy personally. So tagging him is not important. It's not important. It's the company. It's the system that I'm trying to tag, not him. I want the system to change, because my brother is a brown face in a high place, like I talk about with Ruha Benjamin, right? A brown face in a high place who has allowed themselves to be conscripted into a position of power that seeks to maintain the oppressive status quo. He has allowed himself to be conscripted because he loves that money and power. This is what House Curryism is all about. It's about that brown face in a high place who has been conscripted. Okay? He has allowed himself to be conscripted. He's not a victim. He has chosen. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk about the system. If I go personal with my brother, then people are going to think I'm doing this because, you know, I have some grudge against him. I guess in a way, it is a little bit against him in terms of the fact that he hasn't spoken up about genocide, man. For so long, I've sent him so many videos and messages, and when I found out that it was Modi that he was courting, I sent him messages about. I mean, I talk to him very differently on a personal level. Okay, I am no filter when it comes to personal conversations with him. No filter. Like, I will call him all sorts of shit. And I do that because he's my brother and he is not speaking up about genocide. My family is not speaking up about genocide. I want them to speak up.
For the Houthis, I think peace is probably not profitable. So you can't bomb the Houthis out of existence, that's for sure. Can you bomb a Strait open or the Bab el-Mandeb open? I think not. And I think if you could do that, we would not be in the standoff we are in Hormuz at the moment, because there would have been a military solution to dealing with that problem. And certainly in the Bab el-Mandeb, which is far more insecure, I don't see that at all.
How disruptive would a blockade on Saudi oil exports from Bab el-Mandeb be, not only to Saudi Arabia, but to the region? The statements coming in of condemnation, actually, as we're on air, from Qatar expressing condemnation of the Houthi announcement. And how harmful will it be to the world economy?
It's hugely harmful. So until this moment, Saudi Arabia had the East-West pipeline. It repurposed it so that it could get the majority of its oil to market. Now, most of that oil goes to the Yanbu terminal on the west coast, and it goes southwards. It doesn't go up through the Suez Canal. And so essentially what you're doing is you're shutting off.
Let's listen to Ruha just for 1 second. You know what the funny thing is? I've actually sent him this speech as well. I've sent him this speech. And I've told him, by the way, it's not just that. The craziest thing about Aotearoa New Zealand is how racist it is. Okay? So here's my brother. When his job got announced, social media platforms had to turn off their comment section. They had to turn off their comment section because he was getting racist backlash after he was appointed to CEO. The appointment of Nikhil Ravishankar as Air New Zealand's incoming chief executive caused a stir. Imagine calling racist backlash a stir. Man, RNZ is terrible media as well, by the way. They have also not spoken up. You know why the media isn't picking up this story and isn't going to pick up this story? The media isn't going to talk to me. They will not, because I am talking about the genocide in Gaza. And they are not going to come here and go, hey, let's have a chat about the genocide in Gaza, right? Like, the media is not going to pick this up. I mean, I already knew. It's not like me putting this out there is going to make a splash with the media. I've seen, I've had no, I knew it would happen. But Air New Zealand as a company needs to understand that it is courting people and validating people who are committing mass human rights violations. Like, they need to understand it's not okay, even if it comes from me. It doesn't matter. Forced to disable comments on their social media platforms due to receiving a barrage of racist remarks. Ravi Shankar, Chief Digital Officer of Air New Zealand, was tapped to lead the national carrier, one of the country's most respected corporate brands, after Greg Foran stepped down in October. However, the appointment of the Indian origin insider to the airline's top job attracted a torrent of abuse online, with many zeroing in on Ravi Shankar's ethnicity. The abuse forced the country's leading media organizations to restrict and disable ability to comment on the social media posts announcing the news. Okay? So this is the country that we live in. My brother is working in a system that is enabling, or I guess he has allowed himself to be conscripted into a position of power, into a system that fundamentally hates people like him. White supremacy is a disease. Okay? White supremacy is a disease. It is the most bigoted thing. He is as good as like being used for his skills, and I guess he loves it because he's one of these people. House curryism. I've spoken about house curryism. This is a condition. This is a condition. I wrote this today on LinkedIn, by the way. Let me show you. Let me show you what I wrote today. I think this is very appropriate. So there was a post on X that said, "Are Britishers still ruling India because, you know, Modi's government is beating up students?" And my post was, "Great question. The way brown faces with power behave, you can sometimes forget that they are brown. It is the condition of the mentally colonized to repeat the violence of their masters. They will even call themselves Anglophiles." My brother's called himself an Anglophile. And let me say this. Let me say this to you guys. Like, there are loads of people, whenever there's a news segment about him, on something and they post a bit of news about him, people will comment and say, Butter Chicken Airlines. Like, the racist backlash hasn't ended. It continues every day. New Zealand is a deeply bigoted country, a white supremacist nation. And he's getting backlash. But he loves that. He loves his position of power. He loves his position of power. He loves his position of power. That is what he's worked his whole life for, is this position of power. But he is enabling a system that fundamentally does not see him as equal.
Black faces in high places are not going to save us. Just look at the black proponents of Cop City in Atlanta's leadership class. Black faces in high places are not going to save us. Just look at the black woman's hand, ambassador at the UN, voting against a ceasefire in Gaza. That is, our blackness and our womanness are not in themselves trustworthy. If we allow ourselves to be conscripted into positions of power that maintain the oppressive status quo, our blackness and womanness are not themselves trustworthy if we support the occupation of black neighborhoods with so-called better trained police.
So then you look at our story. Our brownness is not in itself trustworthy. If we allow a system of oppression to continue to maintain the status quo or maintain a system of oppression that has continued to extract from the global south. Okay? If we are complicit in that, then we are definitely, our brownness, I guess, or our minorityness is not in itself trustworthy. The problem is, we as minority groups, brown and black people, often see success as climbing or gaining the respect of the white man. That's what we see success as. A lot of black and brown people see that as real success. Gaining the respect of whiteness, gaining the respect of this whiteness has become something to aspire to. Like, this has become the goal of the house curry. It's the condition of the house curry. That's the condition enabling these movements. Unless and until we, as minorities, as brown people in this country, brown and black people in Aotearoa in the West, decolonize our minds, we will never be able to break out of that system. If we cannot decolonize our minds, we will be enabling white supremacy for a very long time. Okay? So let me be very clear here, guys. What you are seeing fundamentally in the world right now is a complete ignorance of what it means to be human, a complete avoidance of what it means to be human. We've started measuring success as who can extract the most. We just describe it in words that make it seem benign what we're doing. We call it capitalism. It's exploitation. We call it capitalism. It's white supremacy. It's European colonization. Like, we've started to rename these things. We've rebranded things that are deeply, deeply oppressive. GDP is a measure of how effective extraction is, how effective exploitation is, especially of the global south. So, yeah, bro, like, doesn't matter if it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, who the fuck ever. Call them out. We don't have time to waste. Every day, 3 more kids were killed today by Israel. 3 more kids the world will never, ever have the chance to meet. 3 more children.
The vast majority of oil supply from the 2nd/3rd biggest supplier on the planet. And that's going to have very deleterious effects on the oil market. If you're Donald Trump and you want to see oil down at $70 a barrel, that is not going to happen. It is going to cause inflationary pressure in Western economies and actually in Asian economies as well. It's going to cause more trouble in terms of depleting oil reserves in economies that have already been struggling because of this now 5-6 month blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. I can't see anything good coming from this. And unfortunately, if this means that the US gets dragged further into a military conflict, then the escalations are really quite troubling.
And to your point, as we're talking, we had on the screen there the price of Brent just ticking up at 88.82. So it doesn't look like it's going anywhere near 70 for right now, at least. Michael Stevens there from the Royal United Services Institute, joining us from London. Thank you so much.
So this is my message today. And this is essentially what I am going to be pursuing, okay? To everybody here, this is what this shaking the tree has really unraveled to me. Every company makes statements. Every CEO talks about values. Every board approves annual reports filled with commitments to ethics, sustainability, diversity, human rights, and social responsibility. Those words should mean something. From now on, I want to help build a public record that compares what companies say with what they actually do. Every statement, every annual report, every policy, every trade mission, every government relationship, every promise made to employees, customers, shareholders, and the public. If a company claims to respect human rights, that claim should be tested against its decisions. If a CEO speaks about values, those values should be examined when commercial pressure arrives. If a board signs off on a commitment, it should be accountable for whether that commitment is followed. This is not about outrage for its own sake. It's about evidence. It's about consistency. It is about ensuring that corporate language cannot be used as a shield while conduct tells a different story. We will document the commitments. We will preserve the evidence. We will ask the questions. We will publish the responses. And where words and actions diverge, we will make that visible. Power leaves a trail. We are paying attention and we are keeping the record. Okay? We are keeping the freaking record. Let me just show you guys what this means as a manifestation, what this means as a website manifest. Let's call it a website manifest. Okay. Give me 1 second. I want everyone to understand that if we don't do this, if we don't take this time to hold companies to account, we are not doing any service to the people of Gaza. We are doing a massive disservice to the people of Gaza. With everything they've gone through, to the people of Sudan, to the people of the DRC, to everybody in the global south, as citizens of the West, if we are not holding our virtue signaling structures of power to account, we are screwed. We are screwed. This is we have the privilege and the tools to do this. Why aren't we doing it? We have the privilege and the tools to do it. We have to, okay? We just have to. We are gonna need a crap load of help, though. This is not a small project. Like, I've just been looking at Air New Zealand's documentation, and there's so much, guys. There's just so much. Honestly, like, we're gonna need help. We're gonna need help. We have to call these people out, guys. There is no option. So this is the concept of what the site is going to be. This is on my development environment. I'm working on this right now. So we are going to have kind of like a hold up, TikTok. I'm going to just share my screen. Sorry about that. What? Ah, there we go. Hold on, TikTok. So this is it. This is the site. This is what we're going to do. We are going to keep kind of like a Wikipedia of companies, in particular in the West, New Zealand, Australia, America, Canada, UK, Europe. We're going to keep a list of companies, and everything they have said in public. And we are, wherever there are inconsistencies, so we will ask questions to those companies. And if they come back with inconsistencies for whatever statement they've made or whatever press release they've done, then we are going to talk about it in the public. We are going to bring that to light to the public. We're going to say, hey, they said this, they're not doing it. Or they said this, they're not being consistent to it. Every company, every single statement, for I don't give a hoot how long we have to go back. We are going to find statements, and we are going to do it. This is the web app we're working on. Well, I'm working on building it, but not just. So we'll have companies. Okay, so this is like the company directory, and we'll be able to view their record. And within their record, it will have outstanding questions, questions asked, responses that they gave us. Everything will be in the public view. You can go to Air New Zealand once this is launched, and you will be able to see what questions were asked of Air New Zealand and what responses were got, right? What responses they gave us. This will be in the public sphere. I'm going to go live with this platform with as many companies as I can put into this as possible, okay? So these are the responses. Investigations. We are going to investigate companies. We are going to investigate companies. Every inconsistency will be investigated. I am telling you guys, I am so driven to do this right now. It's more some of the feedback I've got for just bringing this up about my brother is insane. Okay, so I'm going to do this. We're going to track issues. It's all going to be visible, by the way. We're going to have processes behind this. We're going to have visibility. If we ever get asked by any any government to provide a trail of how we made the decision, it will be there. No defamation. This is by the rules. Okay? And let me also say that when this is launched, folks, we are going to have a way for employees to submit anonymous information about companies, which will also, based on the validity of it, based on investigation, we will also ask those questions of the companies. They have to answer these things. If they don't, it will be publicly available for everybody to see that they did not answer. This is capitalism must be held to account. Every part of it. If what capitalists are selling, if what capitalists are saying doesn't equal what capitalists are selling, we are going to know. We are going to know. We are going to know. I am going to be asking these questions to incubators as well, business incubators. I'm going to be asking these questions to angel investors, everybody. It doesn't matter. If they have ever touted even one publish of like human rights or climate or whatever, they will have to answer for how they're doing business, what platforms they use, where do those platforms come from. Every single bit of this is going to be, and this is a project that's so big. We need help, okay? We need people. This will be community driven. This will be community powered. We need help. We need your help. Join our Discord group and let's start building this. I mean, the Epstein investigation is also part of our Discord group. So go there, join the Epstein investigation, but also join this, okay? In about 2 weeks, I want to launch with 5 companies. And one of those companies will be Air New Zealand. And I will be sending them an email. With their profile on this website. It will be an email with a link to their profile on this website. They will be able to see what people will see. And we will drive millions of people to this website. All above board, all legal, all with a process. Genocide isn't a laughing matter. Genocide is not a laughing matter. Genocide is not a laughing matter. It's not something we can just breeze past and be okay with. We should not be okay with genocide. None of us. If the genocide hasn't made you take action in some way, shape, or form, what are you waiting for? What is ever going to get you to act to make the world a better place? It's now or never, folks. Otherwise, there are more genocides on the way. Do something. We have to.
As the U.S. and Iran inch closer to all-out war again, with the U.S. death toll rising over the weekend. Amid 9 straight days.
Oh, thank you, Michael Osbrush. Beautiful.
Of U.S. strikes, sending gas prices back to the $4 mark. During the weekend, the Pentagon releasing new video of its continued military assault, targeting coastal surveillance sites in an effort to degrade Iran's ability to disrupt traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran now accusing the U.S. of hitting more civilian infrastructure, with state media releasing these images of what appear to show damage to a desalinization plant in southern Iran. Now, NBC cannot determine when or where this video was shot. But NBC has identified stunning video taken over the weekend showing the moment an Iranian missile hit a U.S. airbase in Jordan. You can clearly see the fireball explosion from that attack. The Pentagon today releasing the names of 2 soldiers killed in the attack, First Lieutenant Tyler James Feehan and Private Isabella Gonzalez. The Pentagon also announcing it recovered unidentified remains while searching for an American service member reported missing after the strike. And in a separate incident in Iraq, a U.S. service member was killed during a controlled detonation of a downed Iranian drone. Now, this brings the U.S. death toll as a result of the war to 17. In a post on social media today, President Trump lashing out at Iran over those troops being killed, writing, quote, "Every time Iran kills an American soldier, they will pay for that killing many times over." It echoes the president's comments yesterday, where he appeared to signal the military campaign is not ending anytime soon.
Well, we feel very badly, but you know, those great people, those great patriots were out there fighting that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Iran has been very, very badly damaged. They've lost everything almost militarily. They've got very little left. They've got some missiles. They've got some drones. They've got some manufacturing ability, not much. We control the strait. They don't control anything. So we'll see what happens. This is a far bigger job that we're doing. We were doing a little job of stopping them from having a certain capability. Now we're just ending it.
Am I going by size of company? Honestly, I'm just going to go prioritize via whatever I can. Honestly, size of company is exactly what I wanted to do. But I think now thinking about startups as well that are virtue signaling all of this stuff about how great they are. I think I need to prioritize companies in high growth as well, not just size. Like companies that are getting venture capital, all of this. It needs to be a complete, it needs to be a wide focus. The job is so mammoth, Lava. It's so huge.
So it's really not the same thing. What we're doing now is we're ending any chance.
Yeah, focusing locally and internationally. So it's going to be the West. It's going to be New Zealand, Australia, America, the USA, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Europe, the European Union. It's going to be those areas. They are causing the largest amounts of mass suffering at the moment. So I'm going to focus on those.
Chance where they can have a nuclear missile.
Despite the military escalation, Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
I want to catalog the core of capitalism. I want to catalog the core, the imperial core.
Still leaving the door open to diplomacy.
I think we're always open to diplomacy. It has to be real. It has to be a deal that they're willing to live by. Look, Iran a week ago was supposed to put out a statement saying that the Straits of Hormuz would be open, that they would no longer attack shipping.
Thank you, Lava.
Instead of doing that, they attacked 3 ships. I think that was last Friday or Saturday. So, I mean, their behavior has to change in order for ours to change. What I will say is that the United States always remains open to a diplomatic solution. We've tried multiple times with Iran, and we'll continue to try. If that door opens, we'll be happy to see it open. But and they continue to send signals that they want to talk, that they want to negotiate, but their behavior is what we're responding to. And their behavior is they're launching missiles and drones against ships, including tonight.
And as we noted, the escalating conflict is pushing fuel prices back up. The average cost of gas is now at $4 a gallon for the first time in more than a month. Joining me now is NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba, NBC News Chief International Correspondent Keir Simmons, he's in Jordan, and with me on set are...
All these new AI data centers enabling AI G-side, it's fucking insane. I think the AI industry is about to have its come to Jesus moment. It's about to have it. Look, it might not be this year, but it's close. China is already caught up. China is like, if China starts overtaking these models, and you know, companies like Anthropic and stuff cannot make a significant improvement, it's over. Like, investors can't just keep investing in ChatGPT, etc. You can't just keep investing in technology hoping that it will be the best when people are already surpassing it. Okay. Is this the one? The network of global corporate control. Nice. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. What I also want to do, Lava, is I also want to get these policies implemented in accelerators. I want these policies to be implemented in VC firms. So we'll see. This is completely driven by our community to begin with. Every single suggestion will be taken. Every single every single submission we get from employees within these companies will be looked at. Like, we've got to be meticulous, because they're going to come after and try and stop this.
NBC News senior national security correspondent Courtney Kube and NBC News military analyst retired Colonel Steve Warren. Welcome to all of you. Monica, let me start with you. What is the White House and the latest thinking on Iran and its strategy to get back to the negotiating table? We heard a little bit of different language from the president there when he talked about acknowledging some of the capabilities Iran still has, and he, of course, acknowledged the deaths.
You mean the lady, Roshan? The girl, I should say. She was 19, right? Yeah. Remember who you're dying for. America, don't translate the Hebrew. Crazy, man.
Certainly, Kelly, and the way that a senior administration official described it to our team may be the best way to sum this up, which is that this is a, quote, time of ambiguity, where it is unclear whether this escalation from a military sense is going to produce what could be this alternative outcome of getting to a negotiated situation where there could be potentially still some diplomatic solution, which you did see Secretary Rubio nodding to there, but President Trump very clearly sending a message today on social media that there will continue to be military action, especially in regards to those fallen service members, and acknowledging that. So the question is, what could really change or move things from the direction that we have seen, which is to continue that escalation that would get the parties back to the...
What does the Hebrew mean? Oh, man, it doesn't even matter. It's probably something really bad. It always is. Especially in those Israeli channels. It's so dehumanizing and pathetic. It's very violent stuff. It's probably really bad.
Negotiating table in any meaningful sense. We are told by that senior official that the talks behind the scenes do continue, but it's really unclear, Kelly, what they can actually produce at this point.
Monica, we saw the president recently dismiss the idea that this is somehow a new normal. But do you think the White House would factor in economic fallout, like prices for gas going up? Is that something that might again cause him to take a different turn?
I think so, and you can really assess that based on how they acted when they really celebrated the
This is the price for Trump's betrayal. Yeah.
Memorandum of Understanding and that signing ceremony that you saw at the Palace of Versailles in June, because the White House.
What was the point? What was the point of sharing that? It's because there was laughing emojis under that girl's photo in an Israeli Signal chat or Telegram chat. Like, that was the point. They're laughing at her dying.
Really took that to try to tell the American people that they should celebrate the fact that now prices were going to come down. And we did see that dip with the price of oil certainly after that of course has now gone back up. So it's really hard to imagine that isn't something that's being considered now and isn't something that they're certainly going to have to address, and that should factor, we believe, into the decision making from what we understand when we talk to White House officials, even though President Trump on the record was the one who said that when he does make these decisions about the negotiations with Iran, that he doesn't factor in Americans' personal financial decisions, which of course kicked off a lot of controversy. Kelly.
Changing gears a little bit, I want to get your take on something that the president talked about, and that is the new version of Air Force One. It's got the new paid scheme. This is the gifted plane from Qatar. And he talked about the fact that it will need some security upgrades, even though it's only been in service as a version of Air Force One for a short amount of time. What is happening with this, and what are the next steps?
This was
this is that significant? No, it's not. This just was released. This just came out by Fox News just now.
President Trump is warning Iran that every U.S. soldier death will be avenged.
Honestly, white people, Americans, people in the West, how hard is it to say Iran? How you don't break on, bro. It doesn't. We know Blakely, okay? We know who she is. What Roshan shared is an influencer / journalist type figure who has been documenting the genocide in Gaza, okay? You not trusting doesn't make what Roshan shared less relevant.
As he weighs the next steps in the war following a 10th consecutive night of strikes.
Our chief foreign correspondent, Trey Yingst, joins us live now from Tel Aviv. Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Another heavy night of U.S. strikes against Iran. This was the 10th consecutive night of strikes aimed at degrading Iran's ability to threaten vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Central Command released a statement saying since early May, CENTCOM forces have helped to facilitate the transit of approximately 900 commercial vessels and 450 million barrels of crude oil. They went on to say American forces remain postured and prepared to hold Iran accountable for unwarranted aggression towards civilian mariners seeking to freely and openly transit the strait. Early this morning, Iran attacked another tanker off the coast of Oman, forcing the crew to evacuate the vessel, according to maritime tracking groups. This does come after President Trump issued a new warning to the regime about killing American forces in the Middle East. The commander-in-chief said, quote, every time Iran kills an American soldier, they will pay for that killing many times over. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson was asked this week about the possibility of U.S. forces entering Iran. This was his response.
They will face the consequences. I believe there are people in those very areas, and they are not few in number, who are counting the moments until they can welcome them.
The comments come as the Wall
What? USA soldier killed Trump new assassination. What?
Street Journal reports that Iran moved nuclear centrifuges into Pickaxe Mountain, an underground facility.
What a name for a mountain. It's like a freaking Minecraft mountain, bro. Pickaxe Mountain. Who named this? I'm sure Iranians don't call it Pickaxe Mountain, okay?
Next to the Natanz nuclear site. The report, based on Israeli intelligence, is the latest to focus on this site. President Trump indicated last week to Fox News he is considering new strikes against the facility. We're also tracking developments with the Houthis in Yemen. This is one of Iran's largest proxies, And according to initial reports, the Houthis say they are implementing a naval blockade against Saudi Arabia, possibly expanding this broader Middle East conflict. Guys?
Trey Yingst live for us this morning. Trey, thank you. Let's bring in former NSC Chief of Staff under President Trump, Alex Gray. Alex, my concern is that we can continue to bomb their command centers, their launch sites, their air defenses. But if they continue to have an endless, cheap and replenishable supply of drones, we're just going in circles, Alex.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, we told you guys this. Salam, Sarah. Salam. The world has been saying, like a lot of people around the world have been saying, Iran is going to fight this asymmetric war. There's no chance you're going to deplete Iranian military equipment. They'll just use it conservatively, and they will outlast the US. They'll outlast these economies. And oh, man. What was Fox News saying? Celebrating when the U.S. and Israel started attacking Iran.
Well, Todd, I think there's a huge challenge there, obviously. But the key thing at the moment that we're facing is the reality that just as President Trump...
Roshan, after this video, I'll talk about the CJP protests.
Always says in U.S. politics that he's a counterpuncher, right? If the opponent goes and
Pickaxe Mountain, not far from the Strait of Hormuz.
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
And says something about him, he hits back. He's even more of a counterpuncher in global politics. And the Iranians have consistently now targeted American soldiers as far afield as Jordan. They're targeting American bases.
What? The CJP guys did a 180? What do you mean? What do you mean the CJP guys did a 180? Did they get scared?
The president's going to hit back, and he's going to hit back hard. And I agree with you on the drones. That's something that tactically we're going to have to target with a precision, and we're going to have to make sure that we take away that capacity. But as long as the Iranians are going to keep going after U.S. bases and U.S. personnel in the region, I have no doubt the president's going to hit them, and he's going to hit them hard.
It's important that we remember those who lost their lives, their names. Private Isabella Gonzalez, 19 years old. First Lieutenant Tyler James Feehan, 25 years old. Those were the two American soldiers killed in the attack in Jordan over the weekend. May God pray and take care of their families during this horrific time. But retired General Keith Kellogg says the time for airstrikes alone is now over, Alex, and he wants troops on the ground to take certain strategic targets. Do you agree?
Look, I love General Kellogg, but I think that right now the American people are interested in trying to find a way to protect the men and women who are over there, to protect our assets in the region, but to bring this conflict to the type of conclusion that the president and the vice president were looking for when they signed the MOU that Iran has not honored. So I think the goal here is to use our air and our naval assets to bring this conflict to a conclusion that's...
The U.S. has two options still. Continue to escalate and get bogged down, carry on that escalation cycle, where that escalation cycle ends with, a nuke being dropped or a few nukes being dropped. Like, where does the escalation cycle go, right? Nothing good is going to happen that way. Not for the Iranian people, not for the American people, not for the global, just humanity in general. Nothing good can come out of that. And then the second option is America compromises. America, for the first time in its history, compromises because it does not have control here. The limits of American power are being exposed for everyone to see. And Iran, in this moment, has a stranglehold on Donald Trump's distended mandarins. He can't do anything about it.
serves our interests and allows us to move on to other priorities. I think going with boots on the ground, with all due respect to the great General Kellogg, I think that's not where the American people want to go, and I don't know that that's in the interests of the United States right now.
The Financial Times is reporting the Trump administration is once again considering regime change via an internal uprising. Do you think it's time for that?
Look, the Iranian people, this is ultimately their fight. And the Iranian people for years have been under the thumb of this murderous regime. And the only way, ultimately, the final, the solution to this 47-year conflict is for the Iranian people to rise up and to reclaim their country. And to the extent that the United States can help facilitate that, that's the ultimate way that this is going to be resolved once and for all, is to give the Iranian people the freedom that they deserve. If there's a way for the U.S. to help make that a reality, that's certainly in our long-term interest to do so. Quickly,
before we let you go, one defense expert from Cato telling the New York Post that we don't have enough weapons for a prolonged war, which is unfathomable to me, considering, our defense spending and our military might. Pentagon pushing back on that. Alex, quickly, about 20 seconds. Where does the truth lie?
It's probably somewhere in the middle, Todd. Look, we have...
we need to say Vietnam from the Vietnamese, yeah.
Consistently under-resourced our munitions, the high-end weapons that we use in conflicts like this. We don't spend nearly enough of that huge budget on those munitions. We need more of them. We need them for deterrence reasons in the Indo-Pacific, and we need them in places like the Middle East as well. So the truth is probably somewhere in the middle.
Alex, great insight this morning. We appreciate it.
If you want to understand this reporting, if you want to understand why this bloke on the right has the fear in his eyes, read a book called White Fear. Okay, White Fear is such a great description of the direction America is heading in right now. And all of that fear, when they talk about deterrence and all of this stuff, that's where it's all fear. It's all fear of backlash for centuries of violence. And this is how they do it, by lashing out at people who basically have done nothing to the U.S. It's a lyric from the song. We need to say Vietnam from the Vietnamese. Yeah. I can't play the song because I'm streaming on multi-platforms. I keep getting copyright. Goodreads.
Because right now, Trump's war with Iran is the least popular war.
Hold up. Let's just take a look at this. So, if you didn't know, there's another thing. There's another thing happening at the moment. There are massive protests breaking out in India, student protests. So we'll just talk through this for a bit. Roshan has shared this video. This guy isn't CJP though. Who the hell is this guy?
मैंने बर्गर क्यों खाया? आज का ये बड़ा मुद्दा है. तो कोई भी इंसान बर्गर क्यों खाता है? उसे भूख लगी है, उसका बर्गर खाने का मन हो. That's it. Anyways, मतलब तो मुझे इतना accountable.
This guy is CJP. Well, is he the leader of CJP? He was denied a dance performance. What? No.
होल्ड करते हो, मतलब ये कोई नौकरी है क्या, ये प्रोटेस्ट होना? तुमने मुझे इलेक्ट किया है इस पोजीशन के लिए, वो सरकार को अकाउंटेबल ठहराते हैं. तो तुम्हारी ये जो नॉनसेंस थिंकिंग है ना, मुझे नहीं फंसना इसमें. मुझे कोई पॉलिटिक्स में नहीं आना कि मैं तुम्हारे जैसे बेवकूफों को मैं अपीज करूं. ठीक है, जो मैं कर रहा हूं देश के लिए कर रहा हूं, अपनी मर्जी से कर रहा हूं.
Nah, but who's that other guy? Who's the other dude that's there then? Who's the other guy that's there? He was caught attriting? Hold on. Let me just ask you this one thing. Roshan, hold on. We just need to see who the other guy is. Oh, man. Yeah, this dude. Who is this? I don't think this guy is. Who is this guy?
किसी का नहीं था, किसी का भी नहीं था जो पुलिसकर्मी था, जो कुछ कुछ थे और कुछ कुछ ऐसे थे जो हम पे ही बस लगातार मारने पे लगे थे, लगातार पता नहीं क्यों मार रहे हैं, हमारे क्यों क्या चाहते हैं हम यार, तो जान ले लो तो अच्छा रहो तो नेटवर्क बंद कर कहीं डाटा नहीं भेज फोन तो छीन के बैग तो छीन मेरा तो पूरा बैग ही ले लिया मेरे पास तो अभी मैं रात में बैठ के रो रही थी वहाँ पे पान के सामने मेरे को लोकेशन भी नहीं पता मैं कहाँ आया ये सपोर्ट एम्पलीफाई हुआ लोग गलत है भैया वो बहुत गलत है इस चीज लोग जो है पुलिस वाले मार रहे हैं लोग गैस भी मार रहे हैं फीमेल को मारने का
He's one of the guys. Yeah, but he's there. He's sitting there. He's there though. It feels like a revolutionary moment, but maybe it's not.
जंतर मंतर पे प्रोटेस्ट पे बुला के ये भाई
आप गए प्रोटेस्ट में हैं, आपने सबको बुलाया, आप गए क्यों?
ये तो गलत बात है यार।
आप बताओ, चलो आप मुझे
लोगों को उधर जंतर मंतर बुला रहे हो और आप इधर अकेले
हमारे लिए आवाज खड़े कर रहे हो, आप क्यों नहीं गए?
ये तो गलत बात है,
सिंपल ये बताइए,
ये तो गलत बात है।
आप मुझे बताइए सिंपल, आप क्यों नहीं गए? मैं जंतर मंतर पे भी आया, क्यों नहीं गए? आप यहाँ क्यों घूम रहे हैं? मुझे ये तो बताइए। वहाँ सब लाके खा रहे हैं और आप यहाँ घूम रहे हो हैं? ये कौन सा
तो सही क्यों नहीं गए?
ये कौन सा सपोर्ट कर रहे हो आप?
So this is the guy who was in the car. So this is the guy who was in the car. Oh, what a douche. Oh, that sucks, man. But I mean, this guy is still there, Roshan. This guy is still right there. Is he a lib? I see. But what about this guy, though? The CJP is still there. This guy, the workers are there. Yeah. I mean, he's like, this dude is like right there. I don't think it's done. I can understand him. Like, he's from Pakistan. Now, this is just, if you know Urdu, you'll understand this. Yeah, so there are protests happening in India right now.
We cannot ask questions to the government. Our Prime Minister is the first Prime Minister of India who has not given a single press conference in 12 years. There is no questions, no free press. Our Bollywood celebrities are spineless who are not even asking anything.
Yes! Call them out, bro! Call those Bollywood fools out. Yes! Do it, lady! Do it, lady!
To the government. The media is sold. The ECI is sold. Our votes, we don't even know if it's, like being a...
Damn, is she wearing a One Piece t-shirt? Is she wearing One Piece? Oh, viva, viva. Revolution.
And now, basic thing that a person requires is education. Okay, the parents are taking loans after loans to make their students study. And what is happening in Guwahati, to be real,
I saw Naseeruddin Shah.
We are studying, we are getting education,
Sabreen,
but
welcome.
We have no jobs. So most of the students in Assam who can afford are doing a job in Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, or outside Assam. We can.
से ज्यादा नंबर हमारा था। अगर हम चाहते तो आराम से जा सकते थे, बैरिकेड हटाकर जा सकते थे, लेकिन हमने चुना शांतिपूर्ण।
I'm good, thank you, Sabreen. I'm good. How are you doing?
पुलिस को जान की परवाह नहीं है, लेकिन हमें।
Hey, the day room.
वरना कितने पुलिस वाले थे? 200 पुलिस वाले। हम कितने? 30।
200 police wale means 2,000 200 police is what? 100 or 1,000? Those is 100, right? Hazar, yeah, 200. Hazar is 1,000. Sorry. I'm a little bit rough with my Hindi, guys. I'm a little bit rough with my Hindi. Hold on. I've saved a few videos. We can listen. Parliament की doorbell बजा के भाग आया. So this guy, there's a video of this dude just running away, and this is Kappa, right? Like, this is sarcasm. Like, this dude didn't actually press the doorbell and run. Hey, there's a farmer protest as well, right? There's a farmer protest happening. Everyone needs to rise. Oh, it's the Godi media. Okay, so Modi's got he basically controls the media, right? Like, not basically, he does. He controls mainstream media, and all they do is glaze Modi day in and day out. They glaze Modi. So when these protests happened, the police started like beating these kids. They started being violent with these kids, these students, and all the media, all Modi's like media people, or Modi, the ones that glaze Modi, all of them just put all of their equipment down and stopped filming. Godi media getting the shower. Yeah, I have that video. I have that video. Damn, they're going off. Not getting the what? It's Godi media. They call, they satirize Modi's media control by calling the media Godi media. Godi is what? Godi in Kannada, Godi means something different to what they're saying. On the left. Yeah. I'm sorry, what country is this? This is India. India, like the students in India are rising. The students in India are rising. Oh, Hanuman Kind. Yeah, did you see this, Roshan? India's famous rapper Hanuman Kind came in support of students at Jantar Mantar. Hanuman Kind did a performance with Narendra Singh Modi once. I remember that. But he was there apparently.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Afraid of straight dialogue and you rather rant to their idiot masses, kind of like the church you hate so much. Who is this swordplay dude? Like, did Asmongold's like stream finish? Do we have Do we have Chudsky in chat? Oh, this was really cool. So what happened is these people were protesting, and there were a few people who ordered Zomato, which is like their DoorDash, and Swiggy, which is like their DoorDash Uber Eats in India. People started ordering food for people in the protest. And you had DoorDash, you had these Zomato people turning up. Have a great day, Noisy. Must be to work. Keep up the good fight. Oh, thank you, Anne. You too. Enjoy your day at work. And people started ordering food for the people in the protests.
नाम का भैया ये मुंबई महाराष्ट्र से है. इसका नाम ये अनुज रावत है. इन्होंने बोला है कि खाना जो कोई तंत्र मंत्र पे भूखा व्यक्ति है उसे आप ले जाके दे सकते हो. ऑनलाइन पे कर दिया पैसा. बोला जो जिसका जरूरत है भूख लगा है वो खाना खा सकते हैं. इसे आप डोनेट कर दो. अरे वाह, बहुत बढ़िया भैया. एकदम हमारे क्या है भाई का नाम? भाई का नाम अनुज रावत है. बहुत बढ़िया अनुज भाई, बहुत बढ़िया. थैंक यू सो मच. एक वीडियो में भी बना दो.
Amazing. Send the kids food. Send the kids food, man. Send the kids food. Hey, Frost, welcome. Modi ran away from Parliament.
मैं सरवण सिंह पंदेर.
Oh my gosh, I love these dudes. Okay, these are the farmers. The farmers in India are taken to the streets as well, because the farmers are being treated like crap by Modi. They are being treated like absolute trash by Modi. And farmers are getting on the streets, and they are marching today as well. I think there is a moment of upheaval. There is a moment of upheaval and revolution in India. Hey, mods, can we get rid of this dude? This guy's unnecessary. Please get rid of this guy. Mods, sword play. Thank you. Farmers from Punjab will march towards Kisan Ghat in Delhi. In Delhi tomorrow for Desh Bachao Morcha. What does that mean?
देश बचाओ मोर्चे का कोऑर्डिनेटर बोल रहा हूँ.
Does that mean march? Morcha? Morche?
देश बचाओ मोर्चे ने
I know what bachao means. Morche, I don't know what morche means.
कल 21 जुलाई को किसान घाट में एक दिन के लिए किसानों, मजदूरों और देशवासियों का एक महा रैली करने का ऐलान किया था. उस लड़ी के तहत, क्योंकि दिल्ली दूर है, पंजाब तमाम पूरे पंजाब से इसमें केएमएम ऑल इंडिया केएमएम शामिल है. उसमें से हमारी यूनियन किसान मजदूर संघर्ष कमेटी पंजाब और अन्य यूनियन. इसी तरह एकेएम, ठीक है, उनकी 14 यूनियन है.
This is great to see. Honestly, in India, it needs to happen. India needs a revolutionary, a revolution-like moment right now. India needs it. I think if this is a great little protest banner that they had. Nobody funds me. I hate this corrupt government for free. Yes. Nobody funds me. I hate this corrupt government for free. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. How good. A good racist is oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't read this, Roshan. I'm like on the edge on TikTok. If I read stuff like this, they may ban me. I am fighting around Twitch censorship. Sorry, TikTok censorship. This was at 3 a.m. India time. Go on, lads. Go on. Is this the shower you're talking about, Roshan? Is this the shower? If that person does one thing wrong, if they lift their hand, push people, they'll get lynched. Like, they will get mobbed. There is so much anger in that country at the moment on how bad this government is and the enablers of this government. You know, this is like the Mussolini moment. Where Mussolini, you know, what happened to him after World War II. These right-wingers are treading on thin ice. And if they make one mistake, there will be all hell to pay. These people are angry, bro. These people are so angry. Just one thing. And they will lose their shit. This is on edge, in my honest opinion. People are so on edge. To be clear, we aren't advocating for lynchings. Yeah, correct. Look at this guy pretending like he's loving it. One of them is giving 100 rupees to him. I could see Noisy Immigrant become IRL Batman if he was given a few $1 billion. I think we can make it happen for I think we can form like a community Batman-esque operation. Hey, Strawberry, welcome. We all obviously condemn the gratuitous execution of Mussolini. Of course. He gave him 100 rupees. He's like, bro, we'll give you some money. Just cover this. So good. So good. A Curtis Sliwa Guardian Angels type beat. Oh, yeah. Sliwa's great, man. That guy was genuine. You know, that guy's genuine. Our soldiers were slaves. You are the servant. We are the masters. Oh yeah, I can't show this. There's blood in that one. Oh, look at this. Look at this chud. Oh, Mohit the chud. I am a Gen Z from India and I don't support Cockroach Janta Party. You are Gendu Z. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, dude. Who would post this? With the Ranbir as well. Isn't that Ranbir Kapoor? Bro, These people are such chuds. Modern poetry, yeah.
It's ridiculous. हमारे ही बच्चे हैं, देश का भविष्य है, ये संसद उन्हीं का है, किसी की जागीर नहीं है। कुछ मतलब जेन्युइन समस्या है। हम सब, राहुल जी कितने समय से इस समस्या को रेज कर रहे हैं, इसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। हम सब कह रहे हैं डिस्कस करो, एजुकेशन प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, बड़े बड़े इश्यूज हैं, आप डिस्कस करने के लिए राजी नहीं है और बच्चों पे आप टीयर गैस कर रहे हो और उनकी पिटाई कर रहे हो, किस लिए? बच्चे हमारे।
थैंक यू मैम।
Well said, lady. This minister is basically, her name is Priyanka Gandhi, and she just said there are children. Why are we oh yeah, I saw the tear gas expiry thing. Expired tear gas as well. Yeah, she just said there are children. Why are we tear gassing them? Why are we beating them? We should be listening to them, is what she's saying, which is the right approach. But Narendra Singh Modi, you know, Narendra Singh Modi wants the illusion of peace. He wants the country to just be completely subservient to him. And yeah, that sort of fascism is what's happening in India right now. This is a little horrific. I think that dude is unconscious. They're saying that they killed him. They killed him. So police brutality was all-time high. ACAB everywhere, yeah. Oh yeah, I saw this. The tripping. Oh, this is so disgusting, man. Oh my. Can you believe police people doing this? Oh my gosh. I cannot believe police people are doing this. Walking around with them big sticks feels very colonial British. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, Roshan, I despise this Rahul Gandhi guy. Do you know why I despise him? Because I think he's controlled opposition. This guy does nothing, man. From what I see, this Rahul Gandhi guy is just... He's done nothing. He's done nothing. He's like the Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries or Cory Booker of India. You know, does nothing. He just controlled opposition, guys. These people are libs. They're not anything useful. The people have to take control. It's up to the people of India to take control. It's the farmers. By the way, just to let you know, my mom's seems to... What's SIR? So, is it like... The thing there... Oh, the citizenship. Oh, they're checking your citizenship? No, Roshan. Oh my gosh. Yours is stuck?
ਦੱਸੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰੋਕਿਆ ਕਿਉਂ ਆ? ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਛੋਟਾ ਅਧਿਕਾਰੀ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲਓ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੁਕਮ ਆ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾਣ ਨਹੀਂ।
Goons, bro. These guys are goons. I'm telling you. These police, ACAB to the max. Honestly, these guys are all goons. Oh, that lady's so base. She took the thing from him and is beating up the. Oh my. So pathetic, man. So pathetic.
लेकर जो कहा है कि कड़ी से कड़ी
Today at Jantar Mantar, among the country students, you are not alone. We are with you. Oh, I love it. Hand out the food, everybody. You know there's going to be food. I love this solidarity. This is the way it should be. This is the way it should be. Get these people going. Get them on the... Get these students fighting for their rights. They're being cheated, man. They're all being cheated. This is a racist government. Racist government. And it is a terrible thing to witness. Terrible thing to witness. Look at this. This is LinkedIn, by the way. This is LinkedIn. Founder at Red Rover Recruitment, Warren Shapiro. Yes, the entire... So my post here is 421 Palestinian football players have been killed by Israel during this genocide. Israel hates nothing more than Palestinian joy. So here are Palestinians in Gaza celebrating Spain's win. Okay? Hey, Curves, welcome. And then here's Warren Shapiro doing exactly what I said would happen. Yes, the entire terrorist Hamas team, the trainers, the ball boy, and the mascot were caught like the terrorist UNRWA people at the Shifa doctors who made sure Noah didn't live from her injuries. They all reap the rewards of terrorism with the gift of... Oh my gosh, this guy is a recruitment agent, bro. Recruitment agent. Look at this dude. This is hold up. This is a recruitment agent, folks. A recruitment agent wrote this. Can you believe that? A recruitment agent on LinkedIn. They just can't handle Palestinian joy. They can't handle Palestinian joy. When Iranian Revolution was happening, my nan was one of those people cooking food and handing it out to protesters. Have to say, I'm assuming Indian street food at protest probably slaps incredibly hard. Oh, dope stick. You have no idea. Just in general, Indian street food is great, but at protests, it'll probably be incredible. Unhinged LinkedIn post by this dude. Look at him. Look at this dude. Look at this. He's a recruiter. Who is taking jobs from this guy? I went through a heavy vada pav period last year, multiple times a week. Oh, love it. Oh, my gosh, man. Look at this dude. Permanent full-time president. Canadian. This guy's a Canadian. Oh my gosh. I think we'll leave. I don't know what to do with that, but I think we'll leave it just for now. We'll leave it. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to his recruitment company. I'll come back to his recruitment company. Oh my gosh. How could anybody say that, man? Honestly.
अभी थोड़ी देर पहले मोदी सरकार की
कोई नहीं मेरे है आप लोग का सीमा हम पैसे नहीं ले रहा हूँ हम सुबह से बच्चे को लेकर जा रहा हूँ पैसे आज नहीं.
Many auto drivers and Rapido drivers helped the protesters free of cost during the protest. Oh, the solidarity is so good. First dinner time, now coffee time. I've figured out our time difference, mate. Nice curves. It's a wild thing to say under your real name with a company attached. Yep. Trust me.
शर्म नहीं आती इनको ऐसे.
Oh, I know this guy. I know Yogendra Yadav. Roshan, we know Yogendra Yadav. He's like a political activist dude, right? Isn't he? Some sort of political activist guy. I know him. He's a good voice. He's a solid voice.
ऐसे अखबार छापते हुए ये है आज का टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया. आप हेडलाइन देखो इनकी.
Oh, was he?
कि कॉप्स ने ब्लॉक कर दिया प्रोटेस्टर्स को, जैसे गोलकीपर गोल को ब्लॉक करता है ना, और नड्डा जी मिल लिए. बाकी अखबार कम से कम इस बात को तो मानते हैं कि भाई पिछले 14 साल का सबसे बड़ा प्रोटेस्ट.
Godi media expose it. Expose Godi, the Godi media complex.
आज जो इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री. तो फिर जैसा कि देख सकते हैं आप लोग यहाँ पे सफाई जो है जोरों शोरों से चालू हो चुकी है. वॉलंटियर्स आ रहे हैं और साफ सफाई कर रहे हैं. और जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं सुबह सुबह जो भी कचरा रात को हुआ है, कल जो हुआ है, उसको ये लोग साफ करते जा रहे हैं. और यहाँ का माहौल ऐसा ही हो रहा है. अभी एक ने शुरुआत करी थी कचरा साफ करने का, धीरे धीरे और लोग भी शामिल होते जा रहे हैं. आप जहाँ देख सकते हैं.
Yeah, he had a very public exchange with Arindam Chowdhury of IIPM a long time ago. I see. Bro, look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this body bag. This is a baby, bro. A baby. This is so sad. They bombed a building, killed 3 children. Israel.
तो हम लोग
Dehradun as well. Yeah, folks, things are kicking off around the world. Things are kicking off around the world. All I can say is, stay informed. Stay informed. Just know that there is wide unrest. There's a lot of unrest. Hey, Mia, welcome. There's a lot of unrest at the moment. And, a lot of good people taking to the streets, putting their bodies on the line, putting everything at risk. Real heroes, honestly. Hey, crew, I came to Twitch to send you all many blessings of peace and covering living on the rock, we all call it. That's very nice, Curves. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out, but thank you so much for being here with me. Again, I've changed my... I'm going to be streaming twice a day, 2 hours per stream. Well, this has gone a little bit longer than 2 hours. This is 2.5 hours. But in the morning, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, I will be streaming. And at night, 8:30 to 10:30, I'll be streaming as well. So double the fun, double the noise. Oh, shit, double the noise. Shai Thembo. Oh, thank you so much, my clothes brush. Thank you so much for suggesting. Thank you. We're going to be rating Shai. Shai is awesome. So we will rate them. Faux show. Faux show. Shai. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will catch all of you tomorrow. We will meet on the other side. Kakite po Marie, and stay safe. The world's in a weird place right now. Stay safe, everybody. Look after your families. Look after your loved ones. And if someone's being a bigot to you, just say, no thank you. No thank you. Please sit down. No thank you. Okay? All right, folks. Say hi to Shy for me. Say hi to Shy for me. Here we go, Raiders. In 3, 2, 1. Kakite po Marie. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Okay. And TikTok, thank you so much. Take care. I'll catch you all soon. Good night. Kakite. Free Palestine.